Hey, what is that? All right, y'all. I think we're live. Hello. See if I can pull up a chat. Where is the chat at? Oh, there it is. All right, y'all. So, hello, everybody. Hello. Hopefully, this broadcast doesn't get too, you know what I'm saying, like ratchet. All right, y'all. If you can hear me clearly, if you can hear me loud and clear, go ahead and type in the chat space. I can hear you. Why is my camera so dark? I feel like it's dark. Let me see if I can turn up the light a little bit. Go ahead and type in the chat space, though, if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Today, I'm answering all questions about books, about coaching, speaking, etc. Shining. That's a little better. About coaching, speaking, books, etc. Whatever you got. Ask me your questions, all right? I'm going to be up here for about an hour. Okay, y'all can hear me. Bruce, what's going on? Anybody needs help with learning how to be better at selling? Y'all get with New Skills, New You. That is our head of sales, Bruce. All right, y'all can hear me? Okay, cool. Let me plug. Dang. I ain't gonna do it like that. I gotta take it out the case. All right, y'all. So today we're going to be answering all questions about publishing, all questions about book writing. As we get ready to get into this, though, I'll do a brief introduction to tell you guys a little bit about who I am, and that'll help you guys with getting your questions in. So make sure you type your questions. We are currently streaming on. Trying to make sure my phone is not in the way, but close enough to where I can see it, though. You know what I'm saying? So we're currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, LinkedIn, literally all over the place we're streaming. But I would recommend, if you want to be able to ask me questions, that you need to ask your questions on either Instagram or YouTube. Okay, Instagram or YouTube. Okay, we got people that are watching on different places too. I see Facebook, my Facebook group. If you're watching from a Facebook group or page, Facebook is not loyal. They will not put your name, so you might need to include your name if you want me to be able to know who that is. But yeah, so either YouTube or Instagram will be the better. You can, of course, be on my Facebook page as well. So Jade, okay, hey Jade, what's popping? So a little bit about me. My name is Taria, pronounced like Maria with a T. So Taria Vision Avant. And I am the queen of book profiting. My goal is to show authors how to be profitable. I have been in the entrepreneurship space. Well, the first 10 years of my life, I was a tripreneur, trying everything under the sun. Then the next 10 years is when I started to see some success. But now it's time for us to get into ultra success, right? Ultra success, 7 and 8 figure success, right? But this journey has been, real. When I decided to write a book was back in 2012. I wrote my first book, and I wrote it because at the time I was a 6-figure earner in network marketing, traveling all across the country, working extremely hard. But I still found that there was a large population of people who did not see network marketing as business. And I wanted to be able to kind of like earn my way into the door in front of those individuals. So I wrote a book, and immediately, everybody type this in the chat, immediately, what started happening for me was I started getting booked to speak in front of these audiences that never wanted me to speak before. I was like, whoa, what's popping here? Like, this is crazy. Like, I had, networking organizations like BNI. What's going on? I see y'all in the chat. Hey, Yolanda, how are you doing? I love your profile picture, by the way, Yolanda. That's very pretty. Bruce says immediately, okay, I see you, Aisha. Yes, honey, Aisha, you look like you got a shirt on that I got. That look like a shirt I got, girl. You know I love my t-shirts. So immediately doors started opening up. I was getting booked to speak at like BNI, bridal organizations, real estate organizations. Like folks started really like saying, come speak. Can you come teach about goal setting? Can you come teach, teach over here about, well, they always ask about goal setting. Oh, I had a chapter on fear. They wanted me to talk about how to overcome fear. And so like I had all these people that never really wanted, because they were afraid that when I was leading with my network marketing product and service, that they would, I'd be in there trying to, pitch them on, enrolling into my company. And so instead of leading with my network marketing company that, by the way, I did not own, I led with a book and the expertise that I knew. By the way, type this in the chat space. Whether you're watching on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you're watching, I want you to type this in the chat space. Someone right now is Googling for me. Someone right now is Googling for me. What do I mean by that? Someone right now is Googling for me. Literally, there are millions of people in this world online Googling how to ... And that ... is you. That ... is a transformation that you can provide. That ... is someone right now that needs to know, how can I organize better? That ... is how can I get an alpha male? That ... is how can I lose these inches off my waist? That ... is how can I do my own braids? That ... like I'm trying to give y'all ideas that you probably don't even think about, because every single person that gets into the coaching or education or consulting, we all want to teach the same exact thing. But the truth is, somebody right now is Googling, how can I organize my kitchen cabinet? Matter of fact, let me just go Google it right now. I'm going to Google it for y'all. I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to search how to organize my kitchen cabinet. And I'm going to tell you how many results pull up. 18,800,000 results. If you were to only get 0.0005% of them to become your clients, you are the queen or the king of cabinet organization. You become the best of cabinet organization. Ain't nobody touching you. That's why it's people right now with reality shows. It's a reality show with these two ladies that are professional organizers, not cleaners. They don't clean houses. They're organizing. Somebody is Googling what you know how to do. So that's where I came into the space of, I don't teach people how to write memoirs and biographies and things like that. I teach people how to create a book that somebody is currently searching for. And then how to turn that book into multiple streams of income. We've had clients that have come through that are in the real estate world. We have clients that do credit. We have a client right now that just finished her manuscript. She's writing about how to make your black sit, meaning how to move from the United States to back to Africa. We have clients. I have a collaboration book that's coming out. It's called Flipping the Script. And it's a collaboration book of women who have all lived abroad in multiple countries. We have a collaboration book coming out right now of educators who want to talk about the controversial topic of, should they leave the classroom or stay in the classroom? We've got not just collaboration books. I've had books about people who, a woman who wrote about how to overcome type 2 diabetes, not how to overcome health and wellness challenges. She talked about how to overcome a specific ailment. When you Google, look at this. They got groups about type 2 diabetes though. How to beat type 2. Soon as I put type 2, guess what popped up? Diabetes. 42 million results. See, the biggest challenge that I have with many people is that when they want to write a book, they're writing a book about something too vague, because we live in a world where people literally have scarce mentality. We think that if I keep it too narrow, honey, ain't nobody gonna jump on. The truth is you're more valuable when you're more specific. That's why a brain surgeon makes more money than a general doctor. If I was to date a doctor, it is not gonna be a general doctor because he ain't got no time. I'd rather date a general surgeon. I mean, I'd rather date a brain surgeon, not even a general surgeon. Dang, I don't have time either. I want a brain surgeon because he work less, make more money. He could be home. Hello? Does that make sense? Now, granted, does it take longer to become a brain surgeon than a general doctor? Yes. Some more hours that you might have to work to get to that space of being niched? Yes. But when you become known for that, see, people don't just know me for, it's funny because now I'm becoming not known for being a book publisher. I'm being known for being the queen of book profiting. I didn't want to just help people write books. It's a lot of people that do that. And this is no shade because I like partnering with people in that space. But my goal is to show you how to turn your book into profits. Does that make sense? So the more niched you become, the more rich you'll become. The more niched you become, the more rich you become. All right. The more niche you become, the more rich you become. All right. So questions. So I've helped more than 5,500 speakers, coaches, and network marketers to become authors. First couple of years, all I was doing was focus on helping people to write books. And I realized that a lot of people were writing these books and they were not making money. I started researching and reaching back to a lot of people. And my research was conclusive with what I found online, that 80% of most authors never make a full-time income. In fact, they never make more than $10,000 a year. 80%. And these are Amazon top selling authors too. I don't recommend none of that stuff. Amazon top selling and all that craziness. Listen, make up your own titles. I know we like titles in our community. Our community love a title, Chad. Just be a top seller. Who cares? I've never booked business because I was an Amazon top seller. If anything, focus on building up your network so that you can become a New York's bestseller. If there's a title that I recommend you strive for one day, is to be an NY bestseller, right? New York bestseller. But outside of that, my goal is showing you guys how to get to the profit, how to get the bag. It's people charging people tons of money, showing them how to become an Amazon top seller, when honestly, that's not today. Y'all, listen, we can have another conversation about that. I ain't gonna talk about it. What questions do y'all have? So go ahead and type your questions into the chat space. What questions? Again, we are currently broadcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all that good stuff. Switched over to YouTube. Okay. Bruce switched over to YouTube. Where y'all at? Yes, someone right now is Googling. Yes, somebody literally right now is Googling how to take care of my parents with ease. Let's Google it. Let's look it up. Let's go look at it. How to take care of my parents with ease. 4 billion. 4 billion, 10 million results. Literally, people looking up how to take care of my parents. Bruh. I have written my book. Now what? I don't recommend your book should be on Amazon. So I am not the one who teaches what all these other publishers will teach you to get your book on Amazon. I have a whole nother YouTube video where I talk about why you should not be selling your book on Amazon. But if I can tell you this, I've never had someone do business with me because I was on Amazon. If somebody asks me where to get my book, because some people think that your book needs to be on Amazon for people to want to buy it. No, I send them to my website and they still buy it from there. I have been able to generate, since I got into the space of coaching, I'm not a 7-figure earner yet, so I'm not going to profess to do any of that. But in my first year, we did about 90,000 and we've done well over high 6 figures in sales every single year, never pushing our book on Amazon. Okay. Reason why I don't recommend, and this is specifically for those of you who are leveraging your book to build multiple streams of income. So if you wish for your book to help you to build your speaking or coaching business, then what you need to understand is that Amazon is not going to help you. Amazon don't give you no leads. Matter of fact, how many of y'all ever wrote a book? Bought a book from Amazon. How many of y'all ever bought a book from Amazon? And the funny thing is, yeah, I'll buy books from Amazon, but I will not. And if I do sell it, I sell it for $100 because I don't want nobody going on Amazon. So this is the question. If you ever bought a book or bought anything on Amazon, the next thing that Amazon does, and y'all Google it for yourself, Amazon is not for the seller. They're for themselves. Can we be real? Can we be honest here? Like, y'all, just because everybody is doing it does not make it right. So Amazon, when you buy something from them, not only do you not get the lead, Unless you buy it, you pay for an Amazon store. But then if you pay for an Amazon store, then that means you need to order your books in advance, ship them to Amazon so that they can fulfill by Amazon. But even then, they're still getting your leads. And the next thing that they start doing is retargeting your leads. They start recommending other people in your genre. One thing Magic Johnson said at the conference, the TSP conference this past week, and he says, if you want to be successful in business, you got to always stay in competition mode. Now, y'all know I'm a big believer in collaboration, but the truth is I'd be damned if I let another company give my lead another person in my space, in my genre. So that's the first thing where I'm like, oh no. But number two, you don't make no money. One of my students who wasn't listening, because everybody don't listen, only about, out of my students, if I could be real, only about 5% of them actually do the work. It just is what it is. It's unfortunate. But she wasn't listening. So she sold her book anyways on Amazon. She did a praise report. So 150 something books. I'm going to pull up the calculator real quick because I want y'all to understand the difference. She sold 150 something books on Amazon. They sent her a check for 500 and let's just say 600. I'll just say 600. It was like 534. But let's just say 600 for 154 books. Now, let's do the calculations. Any book that you ever print, so like if you print a book through Amazon, they typically will charge you about $2 to $3. Normally falls around the range of $2.60. Don't ask me why it's $2.60. But let's just say the book was $2.60. Let's round it up to $3. Let's say the book cost you $3 to print. To ship the books to you, it's probably going to cost you about $1 per book. So let's add another $1. That's $4. Then you're going to ship the book to the clients, right? If you ship it by media mail, that's going to be another $2 and some change. Let's just round it up to $3. So we're at 3 plus 1 plus 3. It's now going to cost you about $7 to print, ship the book to you, and then ship it out. Let's say you add on a drop shipper. Because you don't want to do it. You book busy and blessed. You ain't got time to be shipping no books. You selling 100 plus books a month. Taria, I ain't trying to ship no books on my own. No problem. Let's add another $3 for the drop shipper. So at average, you might be spending about $10 to print, ship your book. Now you're going to sell your book, and I don't care how many pages it is. Your book should never be less than $20. Period. If anything, if you're going to debate with me, make it more money. Okay, so $20 plus a $4.99 shipping and handling. So that's about $25. So if we take $10 and we subtract it by the $25 that we're charging, that gives us a $15 profit per book. Now, remember, let's go back. How many books did she sell? 154. So let's take $15 and multiply it by 154. That is a profit after printing and shipping of $2,310. Amazon sent her a check for $600. She was short $1,710. Now, I don't know about y'all, but do y'all like giving up $1,700? Y'all keep selling y'all book on Amazon and see the difference. Like, all I ask is just maybe, just try it. Just try it. See what happens. Just try it. I was looking at this girl on Instagram, I guess she do e-commerce, and she was just sharing how she went from working full time to then selling on Amazon, because everybody did praise was to have your Amazon store, and how Amazon was ripping her off and the shady practices that they have with their salespeople and shutting down your accounts and all types of stuff, and how she decided to just start selling on her own and how her income quadrupled. I promise you, just because everybody is running around here with this, I'm an Amazon top seller, how you know though? She donated way too much. Cap, you are right. Donated $1,700. Okay. I don't care how much money I make, honey. I'm pissed about $1,700. All right. So that's my answer for Amazon. So how do you get your book from print to be done to print, right? If you're not going to use Amazon. So what you want to use now, this is the thing. And there's other conversations about Amazon too. because you could still print your books from Amazon. I'll typically list them for like 4 times the price, $100. But even then, Amazon will still try to get you. They will try to sell your book for cheaper. It's real whack. So you can always order from local printers and sell your book on your own website. I actually sell my books through a all-in-one system. Okay. In fact, if you go to this link right here, if you want to see the all-in-one system, you can join it for $1 for 21 days. Where the link at? Is it on here? Oh, here we go. If you go to BPC links, you'll be able to join the all-in-one system. You can sell your books. You can create automation. Now, what's going to happen though, because I know a lot of y'all like, well, I don't want to ship my books. Well, first of all, let's stop. Like, how many books you really selling? How many books are we really selling? Now, if you selling over 100, then I recommend getting a drop shipper. But if you're not really selling over 100, then what are we complaining about? It don't take long. You use a website called ShipStation, shipstation.com. It allows you to import all your orders, create print labels that have the shipping on there, and then you just put them on an envelope. If you got kids, hire your kids to do the work for you. Let your children be involved. And it literally, within less than an hour, you can have all of your books in there labeled and ready to go. Now, what I used to do before I hired a drop shipper, I'm going to be transparent. I would have 2 days out the month that I would ship off books, the 1st and the 15th. So I allocate those days, the 1st of the month and the middle of the month, right? So that's what I would do to ship off the books. So you make sure that you indicate that when somebody orders your books from you. Okay. So you sell your books on your own website so you can get more profit. So you can also get the contact information, which allows you then to be able to retarget them, to promote to them, to email them. By the way, how many of y'all rely only on your social media? See, the reason why I don't have a problem with broadcasting to multiple platforms at one time is because my database is on point. I got a nice database that I can email every single day. And so I'm not really focused on trying to get, a ton of million followers, because I know that any day Instagram can say, you're hacked. My Facebook was hacked for several months. I couldn't get into my Facebook for like 3 months. So what do I do? And if I'm only selling on Amazon, that means I don't got no database. Amazon got my database. So you got to be selling to your own website. Okay, let me answer the next question. I know I take forever to answer these. Do you have to have an LLC to sell your book? You ain't got to have an LLC to sell products. Come on, y'all. Y'all know. How many of y'all out here ain't got no business license and you in business? You out here using PayPal. Technically, do you have to have a business license to sell a book? No. Should you get a business license to sell books? Yes. Now, I'm not a person that sets up all that stuff or accounting and all of that, LLC, but I got one of the best in the business. He does my taxes. He makes sure my registration is right. So if you guys need someone who can help you out to make sure that you're preparing yourself, why do we as a community need to make sure that we are registered? So we stop using our own money. I wish I knew better. I wish I didn't come from the school of the hard knocks where all I knew was to roll my sleeves up and grind. Because there's so many people right now that would love to give us money if our businesses are legit. So do you have to? No. But should you? Yes. Especially y'all. I need y'all to understand, as an author, you are a business owner. And also, when you're thinking the right way, your book should be turning you into multiple streams of income. When you think of individuals like, let me see, Rhonda Burns. Rhonda Burns is the creator of The Secret. If you don't know about The Secret, I highly recommend you go watch it. But The Secret, she's got multiple streams of income. She's got conferences that she does. She has retreats and all types of stuff. She didn't just let that book only be the one source of income, which was originally The Secret, right? She made it and turned it into a movement. J.K. Rowling, we all know her for Harry Potter. Do y'all know she didn't become, I don't know if she's a billionaire yet, but I know she's a millionaire. She didn't become a millionaire just because she wrote the book. She became a millionaire because Harry Potter got merchandise. You got people running around thinking they wizards. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know. Sometimes, some of the magic tricks be looking so real. They might be wizards in real life, right? They getting cloaks and wands and stuff. They go to the movies. She sold the rights of her book to be able to produce movies. That's why she's a multi-millionaire, maybe a billionaire, because she didn't just see her book as being just a book. It was a movement. The right book can turn into a movement. Let's talk about the 50 Shades of Grey. Now, this is for adults only. All my kids watching, y'all plug y'all ears. But the 50 Shades of Grey became a movement. People started buying sex toys. The sex toy industry went up. More people was getting the little whips and the little chains and stuff like that. Went up. Multiple streams of income. The right book should turn your business into multiple streams. So with that stated, yes, we all need to make sure that we register our business and register it the right way. Taria, greetings, Lady Taria. Are audiobooks as profitable, and would you suggest to be a starting point for uploads? Okay, so let me just say this. Now, I typically don't ever give advice on stuff that I don't do, but because I do plan to do audiobooks. So I just want y'all to know, I just need to get up in the studio and sit down and do it because I don't want nobody to do my audiobook for me. And if you ask me, am I going to sell my audiobook through Audible or something like that? Possibly, I don't know. But I know that I will offer it as an upsell. One person that I've seen do this, and this is how I know it works, is Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson, do y'all know who Russell Brunson is? So he is one of the co-founders of ClickFunnels. Russell Brunson, I never knew about this man. The way I found out about Russell Brunson is that he actually had an ad that was out where you could get his book for free. You just pay the shipping and handling. And so I did that. In fact, I did it twice, and then I did it another time. So genius. So as I'm reading the book, and the reason why he wrote the book was to sell ClickFunnels. So this is where authors make the mistake. They write the book to sell the book instead of writing the book to sell. He wrote the book to sell ClickFunnels, not to sell the book. That's why he gave the book away for free. Essentially, when you're paying the shipping and handling, which was like $9 something, you're paying to print and ship it. Okay. Remember what I told you? It cost you about $10 to print, ship, and all that stuff, right? So then when you went to go buy the book, he then would offer you the upsell to purchase the audio for like $50. I was almost there to get it. I almost got it. So because I almost got it, I'm saying that to say it works. If you want to offer the audiobook, and I have a lot of people who do ask, so I've not done it. I don't necessarily teach on things that I don't do because I think that that's unethical as a coach. But what I will tell you is I've seen it work, and I know that I almost bought it myself. Will I plan on working on getting my audiobook? Yes. And so once I get the audiobook, I can give you better coaching on it. So I definitely believe it's a great way to go. But the way that you're going to lead into the audiobook is by leading in through the printed. Now, let's have a conversation real quick about the ebook game, because it's a lot of people out here teaching the ebooks. And it's so funny. I saw my boy he did a video, and he had a printed book and threw it. Like, I don't believe in having books because that's you got to be able to buy that, and it's inventory and stuff. That's stupid. Like, for real. He was trying to be funny. But let me tell you why I wrote my book. Remember what I said just a couple of minutes ago. I never wrote my book to sell the book. I wrote my book to sell. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to events with a couple of copies of my book in my hand and given it to someone who was prominent, given it to someone who was a decision maker, given it to someone who had the coin to invest into my program. And days or even possibly weeks later, it turned into a huge return on my investment. Also, believe it or not, God gave us this sense of touch for a reason. Yes, we do live in a digital age, but when you go to an event, let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all ever been to an event, and when you go to the event, they give you like a little name tag and the badge and stuff like that? How many of y'all ever been to an event like that? If you have, type that in the chat. If you've ever been to an event and they give you a little name badge and stuff like that, and sometimes with the name badge, it give you different colors based on what you purchased your ticket. And some people be like, I'm supposed to get the this color one because I bought that ticket, right? Well, think about it like this. How many of y'all threw away that badge? I'm gonna wait. Especially if you want like a little janky badge, right? Don't nobody throw away badges. Why? Because you could touch them. It's memorable. In fact, some people I know, in fact, when they have their badges, they put them up on like shrines and stuff. Like, hang up all my badges to the event. That's how they do books. People still want to touch stuff. I was at an event recently on a panel. I know y'all didn't ask this question, but I just want I need to expand the thinking. So I went to an event. Shout out to my girl, Nina Lauren, here in Atlanta, Georgia. I was about to say Houston. I forgot I'm back in Atlanta. She's here in Atlanta, Georgia. And Nina Lauren did a brunch. Very nice brunch here in Atlanta. I was the only one, and I'm not saying this to brag, and hopefully ain't nobody that was one of the panelists is watching, but here's the real tea. I was the only one on the panel who made money. I don't know if anybody on the panel was an author, but I don't leave home with at least 10 books. If I'm speaking on the panel, I'm going to have at least 10 books in my hand. And let me tell you what your girl did. So your girl, Nina, gave us all an opportunity to introduce ourselves before we sat on the panel, which was very genius. Thank you. Because I need to be able to speak on my own. But even if she didn't, I was still going to do it on the panel because you're not going to invite me to be on a panel. And I am not going to walk away with some new potential clients. So when I did my intro, I said, how many of y'all like free? Everybody said that I like free because everybody like free, especially our people. We love free. So how many of y'all like free? Awesome. Well, look, this is what I'm doing. For every single one of you guys that buy a copy of my book, it's only $20. You're going to get a free general admission ticket to my 5K and 5-day challenge, which is a $100 challenge. So today, for the first 10, in fact, my sister is right over there. Wave your hand, sis. She waved her hand. I said, my sis is right over there. She's got the 10 books. What you're going to do while we're doing the panel, don't wait till the end because we only got 10. During the panel, I want you to go to this website right now, purchase a copy, and go walk over there and get your copy. Hands down, y'all, when it comes to sales, your girl has learned from some of the best, okay? I just want y'all to know. Why did I do that? I did it because it was disruptive, okay? Nina, hopefully Nina's not watching. Girl, I was being disruptive on your panel because, like, the truth is, like, what do you really learn on the panel? I mean, you hear a little bit something, but you don't really learn that. So I'm trying to help the people. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help bless the people with information. So guess what was happening? One person got up and walked. Everybody see them walk over there and grab a book, tangible book, not an ebook that's in the atmosphere. Can't touch an ebook. And how many of y'all have ever gotten an ebook that you didn't read? 70% of most people who buy your book won't even read past chapter 1 anyways. Imagine how many people don't read an ebook. And I don't know about you, but I didn't get into the book world for people not to take advantage of this value. Now, the reason why 70% of people that buy books don't read them, that's a whole nother conversation. We'll talk about that. If somebody asks, I'll answer it. But because most of my authors, honey, they be reading their books. Little shameless plug. I'm just saying, listen here.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money. Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Okay, so anyways, I'm sitting on the panel. People are getting up, walking in cross to get their books, being disruptive. Guess what everybody else is doing? A fear of loss. Ooh, child, let me hurry up and get this book. Another person walk across, they get their book, they walk around. Another person walk across, get their book. At the end, guess what everybody want to do? Can I take a picture with you? I got my book. Da, 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 da. Listen, you can't do that with an ebook. So when people be talking to me about, I don't like to have inventory. What kind of business you got? They don't even, y'all, for real. Let's make sense of it all. So yes, King Aaron. Definitely recommend you do an ebook. I don't really have a lot of value on there, but when I do, I promise you. So Yolanda says, I've written my manuscript. Now what? Girl, you need to join Book Profits Club. BPC. Book Profits Club. BPC. I'm going to give you a couple instructions though. First, number 1, you're going to want to schedule a discovery session. If you go to www.visiondiscoverysession.com, you'll be able to get on the line with our team and they're going to help you get started with the right path. Now, let me tell you, this is the thing. One thing that we got to start doing better as authors is we got to start planning our book out. Let me tell you why my book did what it did when I first came out with it, when it did what it did. The reason why I was able to have a tremendous amount of success. By the way, when people ask me questions like how many books you sold, I don't know, but I can tell you how much money I've made as a result of having a printed book. I can tell you what I've made. The reason why my book did what it did was because I didn't just write a book because somebody told me I need to write a book. I planned this baby out. I said, look, as a result of me writing this book, this is what's going to happen for me. Now, I initially wrote my first book as a recruiting tool when I was in network marketing. I was in network marketing. I was in a company called Organo Gold. Still drink the coffee to this day. Hello, right? Because who don't drink coffee? That's what we used to always we used to always like, who don't drink coffee? Everybody drink coffee, right? So anyway, great concept though. I ain't gonna lie. Like we used to kill it at like trade shows. We make frappuccinos, mochiato, cacciatonos. I mean, literally one of the best companies where people that couldn't recruit. We could be at vendors making thousands of dollars. So anyways, I'm just saying, anybody that sell coffee, y'all should be at vendoring events making mocha, frozen frappuccino. I'm telling you, it's a killing. So anyway, so I wrote my book so I could use it as a recruiting tool. Number one, because I knew there was a large population of people who did not see network marketing as real business. So if I introduce you with this book, the funny thing about being an author is it's kind of, no disrespect to any doctors that are in the house, but it's you put yourself like on a pedestal. Listen, y'all, I wrote a book about overcoming depression. Because I wrote that book, your girl was sitting on a panel with doctors. I lie to you not. Sometimes I have out of body experiences, right? So I'm at the end. I'm sitting and looking all these doctors. And so when the people asking questions about, mental illness, overcoming depression, the doctors all giving answers, medical answers and stuff. I don't know what they're talking about. They get to me, y'all. Y'all know I'm going to be me. I say, listen, I don't know about nothing what they talking about. I don't know those words and stuff, but let me tell you what I talked about in my book. Shut it down. Please don't put me on a panel. That's all I'm saying. Y'all better stop putting me on these panels because when you put me on a panel, the people be mad at me. Your other co-panelists are not going to like me because I'm going to kill it. Okay. I said, listen, I don't know about chromatology, tomatology, but let me tell you what I talked about in my book. And at the end of the panel, because I wrote a book about overcoming depression, I was the only one, not few of the ones. I was the only one with a line because writing a book, somehow people see you as an expert. I'm telling you. So the question is this, you've written your book. Have you planned it out though? Who does this book affect? And it can't be everyone. Everyone is not your reader. Do you know the funny thing? I have a specific niche audience. If y'all pay attention to what I post on social media, you'll probably figure out who my audience is. But guess what? Because your girl done went out here and got receipts, like I got results, I got people getting the bag, guess what happens? I get all nationalities that come to me. I get all races, sexes that come to me. I get all beliefs, spiritual beliefs, because y'all know I'm going to talk about Jesus all day long, but I get all types of spiritual beliefs that come to me. I get different type of, relationship statuses that come to me, but I still have a specific audience. If I was to show you majority of my client base, they all fit a specific characteristic. We think our book's supposed to impact everybody. You gonna read my book and you gonna hear a little ratchet in the book. You're gonna hear some professionalism. I might be talking about drinking wine in the book. I might be talking about twerking in the book, but I'm also gonna be talking about getting the bag in the book and Jesus in the book because I know who my person is. But when we launch these books, we think everybody gonna read the book. Do y'all know how many single Black women who are 40 years old that make $50,000 to $75,000 a year, who are wanting to go to the next level and be married? I'm just giving y'all some scenarios. You know how many people that fit that category? But we out here I want to talk to all women. The challenges that an 18-year-old has are not the same challenges of a 21-year-old. The challenges of a 21-year-old single white male are not the same challenges of a 21-year-old married black male. The challenges of a 25-year-old woman who just got married are not the same challenges of a 45-year-old woman who's been married for 20 years, she's now a empty nester trying to start and figure out who she is. Y'all got to know who you serve and how you serve them. Because then once you know who you serve and how you serve them, now what you do when the book is done, you create a conference centered around your audience. So my first tip for anybody that just has come out with their book, don't do a book launch. Don't do no little snaky tail book tour to get a couple of people pulling up to buy a book. We don't need to convince nobody to pay $20 for a book. I see people go pay $20 for a glass of wine. This is the thing. And people be killing me too. I don't want to charge nobody $20. I literally go to restaurants where people pay $20 for a glass of wine. Why am I talking about wine? Because I'm drinking it right now. And it'd be $20 for a glass of wine where the bottle was $40. At the store, it probably cost them about $10. $20. And we be worried about our $20 book that's going to change somebody's life? Excuse me? I'm not doing no doggone book tour. I'm doing a conference. And what I'm going to do is sell something that's way more than a book, but the book going to be over here stacked up multiple. Ain't nobody dumb. If they see multiple books, they know that the books must be for sale. All right. So what do? Set up a conference. You definitely need to be a part of Book Profits Club. I'm going to encourage you guys, for those of you who are watching, you definitely need to register for the 5K and 5-day challenge. Okay. That is coming up July the 5th. The previous it's like July the 2nd or something like that. First, second, third, and fourth. We're going to have live sessions. I mean, not live sessions, pre-work sessions. So it's, not live every day. The last day is the live day. Is it the 5th? I think it's the 5th. But anyway, if you go to 5K and 5-day challenge.com. So the letter 5. I've been drinking too much wine, child. I'm telling you, the letter 5. I just don't know what I'm saying. Lord Jesus, pray for me. The number 5, 5K and 5-day days challenge. It is plural. 5K and 5 days challenge. If you go there, you can register for the challenge. It is coming up. I'm giving up too much game. That's the wine in me, child. I got this menage a trois, and this menage a trois got me talking too much. All right, so you're going to do the 5K and 5-day challenge. Register for the challenge, y'all. I'm telling you, it's going to be fire. It's going to be fire. You should pull up on the challenge, and I'm going to prepare you so that you can make up to $5,000 in 5 days. And no cap. There's no cap. Matter of fact, if you register as VIP, you don't find that it was good, I'll give you your money back. I'm thebomb.com. Thank you so much, Aisha. I appreciate you, boo. Sometimes, do y'all got friends that y'all can call that can remind you how bad of a mother lover you are? Yeah, I put a post about one of my friends who's like that, and she, okay. How do you sell your books in bookstores like Barnes and Noble? Why do you want to sell your book in bookstores like Barnes and Noble? Thank you, Bruce. Okay, July 5th through the 9th. Okay, y'all, can I deprogram us a little bit? We need to get deprogrammed. Do you know that in order for somebody to take themselves up out their house to go to Barnes and Nobles to buy your book, you had to tell them? Do y'all know that when First Lady Michelle Obama, who's one of the top grossing biographies of that year, probably of all time, the reason why she was top grossing is because she went on a tour where she told y'all to go to the store to get her book. The same effort that somebody will go to go buy your book at Barnes and Nobles, they could go to your website and get way more profits. Have I ever had a desire to sell my book in a bookstore? No. I'm not trying to give nobody my money. You sell your book in a bookstore, you're giving them your money and you're giving them your lead. Question, when somebody goes to Barnes & Noble to buy your book, which by the way, people like to go online nowadays to buy stuff, right? But when somebody goes to Barnes & Nobles to buy your book, are you getting that lead? The biggest mistake authors make is they write books to sell the book versus writing a book to sell. If you write a book to sell the book, cool. I don't teach that. I teach you how to turn your book into a 6-figure business. Now, my question to you, to make 6 figures a year, does anybody know what that is per month? To make $100,000 and you divide that by 12 is what? 8,000, isn't it 8,333? I think that's what it is. Yeah, 8,333. Let's divide that. Let's just say, now remember, if you're selling in Barnes and Nobles, you might be making about $5. Wait a minute. Yeah, you might be making $5 for that book. They're not paying you no money. But let's just say you're making $5. Now, First Lady Michelle Obama, she might have made a couple dollars more because she got a deal. But let's just let's say you make about, I'll give you a little bit more. Let's say you make about $8. Divide that by 8. Every single month, for you to generate 6 figures, if you're making $8 per book, you need to sell 1,041 books every single month. I promise you. Now, with her being one of the top grossing books of all time, biographies, because she's the first ever African-American woman to be the first lady of the United States of America, she is not selling 1,041 books right now. I mean, when she first came out, she was selling them millions, but she's not selling that every month right now. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? But let's do like this. Let's pretend your book, and I try to make it where you can see this, right? So I want you to use not your physical eye, but I want you to use your vision. So use your vision here with me. Okay? I don't even want to put y'all in the space of, let's say you want to have a coaching business or something, right? Let's just say it's not about her needing the money. She don't need the money. It's not about, let me tell you something about wealthy people. Wealthy people, they may not need the money, but they want the money. But we've been programmed to believe that we got to go through a publishing company. It is a fact that if she would have self-published that book, she could have got her friends to pay for the first tour. Do y'all know Oprah Winfrey did a tour? Was this during the pandemic? What was that tour with Oprah Winfrey? How much, if anybody went to it, how much was she charging for people to take a picture with her? I know it was like $1,000. I know it had to be like at least $1,000 for you to take a picture with Oprah Winfrey. Her tour paid for itself and more. We don't know how much money do y'all remember that tour I'm talking about where Oprah went on a tour and did interviewed people? And people was paying all that money, not the money just to come to the event, but people paid money to sit and stand in line so they could take pictures with Oprah. Who would not pay $2,000-$3,000 to take a picture with Michelle Obama? Hello? She could have self-funded her tour. Like what? Come on, y'all. For real. We're not going to be inside the box. We got to stop thinking because that's what everybody else do. The Oprah class event. Thank you, boo. Just because everybody is doing it, you do not have to go through a publisher. You do not have to get all this. She was the first lady. And so please, y'all, just because somebody don't need the money, the wealthy people that I do know, I know someone right now, extremely wealthy. Every time I talk to him, he talking about another company he launched, another business he launched. Wealthy people love to get the bag. All right. Okay, what was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. He threw me off. Working with Angela Wynn, one of my partners. So Angela Wynn is a part of the Elite Publishers Group. Shout out to the people who don't got lack mentality. Y'all know how many people in the publishing world who be afraid of me? They do not fool with your girl because they be thinking like we can't do stuff together because we help people write books. I be like, Lord, our people got to get it together, y'all. And listen, just because somebody does something that you do does not mean that y'all cannot build a dynamic force working together. It's so sad. It's so sad that our people, that's how, and I get it. I try to give grace. I do my best to try to give grace because we're not too far removed from slavery. Like, seriously, this is not me trying to be funny. We're not far removed from slavery. Some of us are 2 and 3 generations away from being slaves. And so in that space, the only thing we knew, even when we became free, was to fight for freedom, fight to be number one, fight to be respected, fight to be. So I get it. But at some point, we got to start growing the hell up and realizing that by ourselves, we might be able to impact a few, but together we can impact the masses. And so I appreciate everybody who is a part of Elite Publishers Group because everybody has a different personality. Everybody don't want to work with me. Everybody don't like me. Y'all do know that, right? Everybody don't like my personality. And I'm not trying to have everybody. I'm not the go along to get along girl. Do I write all my books with her? Is the info the same? So Angela Wynn teaches matriarchs how to write books, books about their lives, like biography, memoirs. And she does it in a story format. Do you write all your books with her? If that's the types of books that you want to write. Now, do you want to join Book Profits Club? That's a whole totally different program. Of course, you join it through her. Ask her about Book Profits Club. But yeah. Let me see. Oh, I saw some questions over here. Hold on one sec, y'all. Oh, by the way, y'all, I'm a little tired. I ain't gonna lie. I've been we did a conference this weekend, a 2-day conference, and it was lit. Move to Motivate, and we still got some more stuff going on, child. So I'm over here drinking wine, child. Like, that's gonna help. Let me see. She doesn't need the money, write it down. Hold on, I'm trying to find these questions. We overcome through authentic unity. Oh, I like that. That's a good thing. Let me see. I'm trying to find the questions, but it's like popping up all these comments. It's working today. 5K and 5-day challenge. Y'all register for that. July 5th through the 9th. Child, I'm trying to find these questions, but it keep popping up because do multiple life experiences mean multiple? Dang. Bro. Let me try like that. Okay. Ooh, Belia, this is a good question. Do multiple life experiences mean multiple books? Dr. Miles Monroe said it best. God gives us all, especially us, multiple talents. Now, if I can give you a word of advice, this is what I'm going to say. Let one talent get you to a high 6-figure self-sustainable business before you use another talent. Hello? Dr. Miles Monroe said that God gives us multiple gifts, skill sets, shall we say. I believe it's multiple skill sets because we all have a gift that we can turn into multiple skill sets. Let me give you an example. So right now, books is a skill set. It's a vehicle. That's not my gift. That's not my purpose. Does that make sense? Like, my purpose in this world is not to help people write books or become authors. If I could be real transparent, my purpose in this world is to lead people closer to Him in the way that I do it. The vehicle that I use as of right now is books. Once this becomes a self-sustainable 7-figure business, because I don't plan on doing anything else until this business becomes 7 figures, because I love it. I may have another vehicle that I would use. The challenge that we as a community have is our addiction to our own labor. And I get it. I was in Jamaica. I had this a guy that did our pictures. He do pictures. He's a driver. He do this. He's a chef. I said, oh, you a true Jamaican. You got 3, 4, 5 jobs. And we praise that. Think about it. In the hood, we praise somebody that works multiple jobs. Oh, he worked hard. She worked hard. They don't play. They got 3 jobs. 3 jobs barely making it. You know why? Because 3 jobs require 3 people. If you start a real estate business, and then you want to start a hair school, and then you want to start a network marketing business, all 3 of those businesses require one common denominator, and that's you. In order to build those businesses to 6 figures, that means that you're going to have to divide your time. So what I recommend is that you build a business to 6 and 7 figures, preferably 7. And then once it's become self-sustainable, that means you could just kind of pop in and pop out. You build another business. Anybody that's wealthy that you ever meet, I'm gonna bring on some extremely wealthy people that you don't even know they killing it in the game. I promise you, they all gonna tell you they built their foundation first, where they had the capital, where they could pay other people to do the work for them, and then pay to invest into other businesses. But the challenge that we have as a community, and this is something that we've got to give ourselves grace for, is our addiction to our own labor. Ooh, let me do this. Let me do that. You see it? And then social media got us all jacked up. Y'all keep following these influencers, keep telling you do all these different things, and you over here stretched out. Stretched out, but our body don't stretch. Our mind don't stretch. I was at the conference. This was ingenious. I'm going to do this at a conference too myself. The gentleman got on stage. He said, count to 10 really, really fast. Count to 10 really, really fast. So everybody say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Everybody could do that. Then he said, count from A to J really fast. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Right? You can do that fast. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Then he said, I want you to take the count from 1 to 10 and mix it in with the alphabet. And I want you to do 1A, 2B really, really fast. Everybody was messed up. Everybody's like 1A, 2B, 3C. Cuz multitasking is not a real thing. Computers were built to multitask, not humans. We out here trying to run 3, 4, 5 businesses. Ain't one of them generating 6 figures, and we feeling overworked and underpaid. I told somebody today, I was like, listen, I'm not trying to do none of that. If it ain't centered around this business, until this business goes to 7 figures, I don't want to hear it. So you got to pick one thing. Dr. Miles Monroe said, y'all, while yes, we got skill sets, we got skills in multiple areas, pick one thing and God will bless you in that. John C. Maxwell is a multi-millionaire. My friend David Imonitier, I saw him in Paris right now. I'm so jealous. He's in Paris. He took a picture. John C. Maxwell is sitting over beside him. I don't know what he's doing in Paris. I'm going to call him. But John C. Maxwell built his whole empire off of teaching leadership based on biblical principles. I'm going to talk about certain pastors. If you look at let me tell you another pastor that I know that really focuses on one thing. Creflo Dollar. You can call you say what you want to say. Creflo Dollar. If you go to his church, you know what you're going to learn about? Grace. He's going to teach you about grace. If you hear David Imonitier teaches you on belief. If you go to Les Brown teaches you on public speaking. If you look at Mark Zuckerberg, before it was called Meta, everybody knew him for Facebook. I was on the phone with my friend the other day. I didn't realize this. Little do I know, Jeff Bezos was not the original owner. I didn't know that, of Tesla. But everybody knows him for Tesla. They don't know him for the other stuff that he did. He comes from wealth. But when you think of his name, you think about that. What are you going to be known for? Somebody has to attach something specific of this tangible world to you. Y'all, we out here overstretching ourselves. You don't need to write a book about every single thing you know how to do. Literally, people right now making millions, teaching people how to organize. There's people making millions, teaching people how to teach their kids how to act. But these kids is wild today. Y'all, somebody right now is Googling one thing. How many of y'all ever been through a breakup? Your heart was broken. And you were able to bounce back. Now, I'm not talking about something miraculous, because that's the challenge. We all think everybody needs something, a huge, huge break. There's somebody right now that's they just want to know, how can I have the desire to live again over this breakup? How to overcome a breakup. 46 million results. I'm the breakup and breakout queen. I teach women to overcome breakups from a man who was disloyal to her. I'm not teaching you how to, the divorce. Do you know people have hope? It's divorce coach. Let me Google divorce coach. I looked up divorce coach, 93 million. Oh, I teach people how to have better relationships. No, why don't you just teach people how to overcome the bad one? You don't need that. You can make millions in just that one space. Now, let me add this in. I teach speakers, coaches, and network marketers how to be profitable authors, right? In the process, though, when you plug into our real system, we teach public speaking. We've got Bruce who teaches sales. We teach social media. Shucks, we have a mastermind that's going to be next month where we're going to teach you how to broadcast. Everybody loves my setup. Y'all be like, yo, how you on Instagram Live and your joint is not looking like everybody else? We're going to teach our BPC members how to do that. All I got to do, I love when Joe Osteen used to say, listen, if we could just get 1% of your trust and you give us 1 year, we will earn 100%. That's how I operate. Look, let me get you in an area where I know everybody wants to be. Everybody want to write a book because everybody want to tell their story. And most people not looking for your story. They're looking for your transformation. They want to know how to do what you did. And whatever it is that you do. And y'all got to stop discrediting what you know how to do. Yes, widows do want to read books. Everybody, and by the way, it's not about the book. Can I just explain this, y'all? The biggest mistake authors make is they write books to want to sell books versus writing a book to want to sell. If you title your book right, they will read it. If you position your book right, they will. But ultimately, the goal of the book is to leverage people to the next step. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? People will buy my book. They'll spend $20, not because they want to read it, because they want the results that it promises. The reason why people don't buy most people's books is because your title is whack. And no disrespect, I'm just telling the truth. It's not making a promise that somebody wants. There's a book called The Power of the Pussy. And I'm not saying pussy in a negative way. I'm just saying it because I've been drinking wine, but it really means pussycat, like kitty cat. But it really means, okay, anyway. And it say how to get a man to do anything you want him to do, something like that. I don't know. It's like a lot of witchcraft to me. And I be scared of witchcraft. So I feel like it's witchcraft in the book. But let me tell you something. Your girl read that book from cover to cover. And I'm telling you, I ain't never read a book so fast. I said, let me see what this book gonna do. And I was trying it out too. I said, let me try some of the techniques she teach. And it was working. So that's why I was like, woo, this seems like witchcraft. I ain't gonna do it. Why did I read that book? Not because the cover was fly, because the cover, if y'all go Google it, that cover looked like somebody kid made that cover. It was the promise. The reason why people are not reading your books is because you're not attaching a promise to the title. We get so emotional about what we title our books versus being emotional about somebody saying, oh my God, I need this book, and the promise that it makes. Does that make sense? Your title is the first thing that someone sees. So it needs to attract them to say, I need this transformation. And if they're not buying it, like y'all books be too deep. Y'all titles be so doggone deep that y'all be drowning people. If somebody see your book and say, what's this about? It ain't right. The title. If somebody sees your book and they say, what is this about? After they done read the title, you did too much on that title. The title was too deep. They drowned it. The book says 10K book. How to turn your book into a 5-figure business. Super simple. They know what that's about. Like, y'all, stop trying to be so deep. Specifically my people, Black people. Like, you know, listen, we so poetic. We're so poetic. We're so poetic that we're too poetic. And it goes over people's head. The breakthrough, the overcoming. Overcoming of what? The overcoming of this bad need that I got, or the overcoming of what? Like, you got to be specific. I like starting books off with how to or specific instructions, keeping it real simple. And I get it. You might be like, oh, but I wanted it to be the deep dive, da, 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 da. But nobody wants that, right? Nobody really wants that. People want a transformation. What are people paying for? And I'm going to tell you this. So one of the things we talk about in the 5K and 5-day challenge, y'all need to register for it. 5K and 5-day challenge, 5K in 5 days challenge.com. Okay, the number 5. So type the number 5K in 5 days challenge.com. Register for it. One of the things that I talk about in that challenge, y'all see it, 5K and 5 days challenge. See, by the way, y'all see, you say I just typed it in my computer and it went up on all my social media. Y'all wish. I'm going to teach this in the mastermind. I can't wait in July. I'm teaching all of my BPC members how to broadcast like this. So for those of y'all watching on Instagram, you just see like the phone thing. But those that are watching like on Facebook and YouTube, you see like the whole frame. You see me in my green little dress. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking real cute. You know what I'm saying? Got my makeup on, beat for the gods when they do it. And then it says ask. And I'm telling you, I'm going to teach y'all how to do that. So I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? I forgot. Anyways, y'all, 5K and 5 days. Oh, I was saying what we talk about as far as the training. So what we talk about in the training is so much that we talk about, y'all. So then I'm trying to now narrow back what I was saying. What we talk about. Okay, y'all just need to register. Be there. 5K and 5 days challenge. You could 97 or $297. Y'all, the goal is to help you to make $5,000. If the worst that you did was make $300, which every single one of y'all, I don't want to hear no excuses. Everybody should be able to make $300. If you got the right book, your book should make you thousands. I literally will take my book and set it on the bar. That's what I do. I set it on the bar. People buy it. If you go to 10kbook.com, you can see the book. Register for my free masterclass, and then you'll see the book, the 10K book, how to turn your book into a 5. Yeah, people want transformation. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So I talk about in my challenge, I talk about what people invest in. And what most people write their books about is the last of the 5 areas that people invest in. People don't want to invest in like mindset change and stuff like that. Like, no. Like, this is the thing. So some people, like, for example, somebody was like, well, I teach people how to have confidence. The truth is, nobody wakes up and says, I need to have confidence. No, 5,000 before writing it. My goal is to show you how to make 5,000 before writing your book. And if your book is already written, we're going to make you $5,000 after the fact. Okay. We're going to listen, it's about to get the bag. We about getting the bag. So anyways, as I was saying, Y'all start talking about money, y'all throw me off. Practical. I try to keep it very practical here. The skill sets. So people will tell me, I want to help people to build their confidence. I promise you, nobody wakes up and says, Lord Jesus, I need confidence. There's a reason why they want confidence, right? They want confidence so that they can go and ask their boss for the raise that they deserve. That's one separate business. Some people want confidence so they can ask their dream girl or dream guy out on a date. That's a separate business. Some people want confidence so that when they get on the stage, they can deliver a talk that sells. That's a separate business. People don't want to have confidence just for the sake of having it. There's a reason why they need to develop the confidence. So people look for a skill set for a particular reason why they want. Does that make sense, y'all? So I'm not going to, if I see a book that says The Confidence Builder, that's cute. Versus a book that says how to get on stage and kill every speech, even when you're scared. Versus The Confidence Builder. Which book y'all gonna get? Or how to ask your dream girl out even when you know you broke as a joke. I promise you, every ninja is getting that book. They're gonna be like, what? Let me see. What they talking about in this book? Even if you broke, I can ask my dream girl. I'm gonna do that. Where they go? Where they do that at? Let me see what I can do to finagle this. I'm telling you, y'all, titles are very, very important, being very specific. And if you look at any book in the how-to space that has ever done well, it's always very specific in regard to what the transformation is. It's not complicated here. All right, y'all. Well, listen, it's now 8:13. It's time for me to wrap on up. 5K and 5-day challenges. Y'all register. Listen, y'all think I'm funny now. We have a good time. The 5 days go by very quickly. It's a good time. You're also going to get a chance, if you register as a VIP, you'll get a chance to connect with our team prior to the call. And so make sure you register for the 5K and 5 days challenge.com. 5K. And I feel like if I put www, it's not giving me no love. Yeah, if I put www, it won't post it. What type of disrespect? No. A publisher just wants your money. Aw, thank you, Brian. I appreciate you. Brian says on YouTube, the more I listen to Miss Savant, the more I see just how much I have to grow. I love listening to her. Well, I love talking. I appreciate you. Publishers' goals are to get money. Now, if a I ain't got time to talk about publishing because I do believe there's good times to go to a publisher and not, but I don't believe you should ever sign with a publisher that gets creative control or gets rights to your book. No, never, ever, because a publisher is not going to market your book for you. Okay. So anyways, yes, believe you need a publicist. I do. I believe versus having a book, like a book, what do they call it? A book manager or something like that? No. Or a publishing company that is supposed to promote your book. I believe the first one that you should have if you self-publish is a good publicist. Now, all publishers don't come equal. If you really want good publicity, you might have to pay for it. Okay. Now, if you guys do want some access, I do got the plug on a publisher. She can at least get you on some major publications that you can use for credibility. You can also use to help get you that blue check on them different social media platforms because of the credibility. So I do know someone that's great in that space. And I'm also partnering with another publisher that can get you in front of some really dope people. So if you want the connection to my publisher that can get you on some like really good publications, just shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM with your email and I'll make the email introduction. She's not expensive. To start off, to get you at least presented somewhere, y'all need a publicist to get you on like Sheen Magazine or New York Weekly and certain things like that. Shoot me a DM. I got you. Now, in return, of me giving you this plug, what you gonna do for me? No, I'm just playing. I just joking. I just play. Look, because guess what?
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, 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 dollar.
I never believe in sowing a seed that does not return a harvest. I'm going to finish it with this. And I got to share this with y'all because as a community, we got to stop looking at where we plant our seed and expecting the harvest to come directly from where the seed is sown. Have I sowed seeds into other people and things like that and hadn't returned necessarily the harvest right there where I expected it? Yes. But did it return a harvest? Yes, it did. Because the law states that if you sow, you shall reap. Now, you should sow into good ground. Hello? The good ground may not always be let's say I introduce you to another coach and that coach does not return the favor. But let's say you go and work with that person or the publicist and it gets you the publication, it gets you the notoriety that you need. The harvest doesn't come from them necessarily. It could come from you. When you sow a seed in the ground, what happens first with the seed is that it must grow underground. It has to grow its roots. And a lot of times, exactly where you've sown it, it doesn't really come straight from the ground exactly where. Sometimes, that seed, that root might grow a little bit and it comes over to the side. And then it'll come out the ground. Now, the crazy thing about a seed that's sown, depending upon what seed you sow, a lot of times they can kind of look similar to each other. Like an oak tree, when you sow an oak tree, can look like a shrub at times. And so I'm saying this because a lot of times we sow and we look at the harvest and we start comparing. We start looking at other people's results. And we're like, dog, man, I did that and I did this and it's not. Listen, let me tell you something. What you're growing is called an oak tree. You're not building shrubs. Shrubs look good. Shrubs, you know what shrubs are? Shrubs are flashy. You can cut a shrub to look like whatever you want it to look like. You can detail it, make it look like a person, a flower, something like. But shrubs are flashy. They don't really have no purpose. They don't even really reproduce. They just grow little leaves. Shrubs don't reproduce. But an oak tree, in the process of its growth, will look like a shrub. It will. But then eventually it keeps growing and growing. The roots grow wide and the tree grows tall. An oak tree becomes one of the largest trees ever and lives for hundreds and hundreds of years. And the crazy thing about an oak tree is that it takes a long time for it actually to start producing seed. We want this stuff to be overnight, but y'all, I'm telling you, we got to keep on building these oak trees. When a storm comes, guess what happens to an oak tree? It stands tall. Them shrubs, we could rip them out the ground. You know what's crazy about a shrub? You could rip a shrub literally out the ground. You could rip it out and then put it somewhere. You can't do that with an oak tree because once an oak tree is planted, it's in there. It ain't looking left. It ain't looking right. It ain't looking at what other oak trees doing and other shrubs is doing and the rose plant. It's focused on it. But the blessing of an oak tree is that it can live hundreds and hundreds of years and produce so much seed and fruit and harvest because it stayed focused. So y'all, listen, y'all got to stay focused, but you got to figure out what you want to be known for. What's the one thing? And build that business. Your book should lead to your business. Okay. Your book should lead to your business. Don't get distracted by what you see other people doing. And please, y'all, don't get distracted by flash. Don't get distracted by shrubs. I ain't calling nobody a shrub, but I'm just saying, y'all know what I'm saying. Stuff that looks good. Shrubs look good because you can cut them to look good, but it ain't good. Focus on what you're supposed to be doing. Focus on what you have overcome that somebody right now is Googling. And you build that movement in that space. And that's how you become an oak tree. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate y'all. 5K in 5 days challenge. Y'all register. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Global Prophet Ministries. Will there be one? I don't know what that is. That's not my ministry. You can call me evangelist. You can call me all that. You know, don't give me no title that I ain't earned yet, though. But if you know. Listen, if y'all still working on your book, 5K in 5 days challenge. Just pull up. It's $97 or $297. If you register as VIP and you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. What's the worst you could lose? Make $300? Like, don't do me. Don't do me. Don't be cheap. Invest. Pull up. Love y'all. Deuces.